We are live, Wesley. No one's watching though. Oh, no one's watching.
It's still early.
That's true.
I mean, I'm just saying, by ROAI standards, like, everyone logs in seconds before it starts.
And I did just send the link out. We'll give them time.
Are you using YouTube or Twitch?
YouTube.
So far, your onesie is still clean, kiddo. We'll see if Benny got on mommy's pants.
Wow. More people want Twitch going forward. Maybe I will switch to Twitch. Let's see. I'm just reading over the survey. I'll figure this out later. Alright. How's everybody doing? 2 watchers. What's going on? Week 2 of 7 or whatever. School from home. It's really depressing that there are 7 weeks, I feel. What's new with everybody? Anything exciting going on? Anyone got some math questions, things to work on? Yep. Just hanging out in the dead space, chilling. I have a question about 3C. I found the endpoint's critical point, but I don't know how to figure out the max from there. Yeah, let me pull up the problem, Mia. By the way, I got your email about computer science. I just haven't had a chance to respond to it yet. Just had lunch and stuff. Do the font. Listen, alright.
Let's change your diaper.
Okay, so 2005, you have this this 3C. So you're trying to find the absolute max. So you have this weirdo graph. Yeah, but they don't give you initial condition. You're correct. But what they do give you is this. They tell you that g of x is the integral from -2 to x of f of t, right? So that's what you're trying, this is the function that you're trying to find the maximum or the minimum value of. So if you want to do so at a particular place, for example, let's do one of the endpoints. Let's say, actually -2 is an endpoint. So if you want to find g of -2, so that's saying you plug in -2 for the x, that's the x. So g of -2 is the integral -2 to -2 of f. Well, the integral -2 to -2 of anything is just 0. If we find another critical point, so for example, we have the critical point, say, at -1. Well, if you want to find g of -1, so that's saying your x is -1, so you put it in both places. So that's the integral -2 to -1 of f of t. Okay, and you'll just need to interpret that as like an actual area. So you have the graph, which like looks like that. So you're trying to find the area of that triangle, which is like a half times 1, which is a half. So that integral is equal to half. But I think that's the key. It's just like plugging in whatever those critical points and the endpoints are into that upper bound on that problem. Yeah, definitely, Nadine. Does that make sense, Mia? Any other questions, things I can help with there? Okay. Yeah, Nadine, go ahead. Hit it with the weekend stuff. Maybe I got to go back to Twitch just so we can see the Sphinx 69 asking the questions. Or maybe the anonymity is worse. So the weekend stuff. Can I do 1C? Yeah. No problem. No problem. Okay. Catherine, yeah, let me help Nadine, and then I'll get to 1C as well. So the weekend stuff was the 2012 Calc BC. Okay. So the weekend stuff. Okay, so your question was 5C from the weekend stuff. Okay, so 5C, they asked you to find that particular solution. So you had dB dt is 1/5 times 100 minus b. So this is from the 2012. So this is actually really important. Sphinx lower 69. Okay. Well, I might still go back to Switch. You'll see. I like Twitch better because we can listen to music. If I play music on here, Twitch or YouTube takes it down like a bunch of hosers. So we may return to Twitch. So let's give it some time. I'm thinking of going back to Twitch tomorrow, honestly. Okay. So what we're doing on this 5C here, yeah, Anna, we'll get to you. We'll get to you. So this one you want to separate. So this is separation of variables, and like this is something I would make sure I know because I could really see them asking a separation of variables problem on the AP test this year. So you're going to divide the b over and multiply the dt to the other side. So you get like db over 100 minus b equals 1/5 dt. Okay. And then you integrate both sides. So the general part was like there were 3 steps. You had to separate the variables, and then you have to integrate both sides. Yeah, and that's the tricky part. And then we'll solve for the y, and in this case there's no y, it's just a b. Okay, so on the left side we do a simple u, a simple u sub, u is 100 minus b. So the du is a negative db, so we got to put a negative, so it's negative integral du over u. So we just get negative ln of 100 minus b is 1/5 t plus a constant c. The initial condition you had here was 0, 20, so that's like your t and your b. So you get negative ln of 80 equals c. Okay, so that's your constant. So now when you have to solve this, there are like a bunch of different steps of t over 5 minus the natural log of 80. Yeah, we're done till May 5th, Melissa. So maybe a little past that, I'm guessing, but we'll see what happens this week. Could be pretty exciting. Okay, so this is what you're dealing with at this point. What we're trying to do now is we're trying to solve for b. So we need to kind of unpack this in a couple different ways. We need to get rid of the negative, then we get rid of the natural log, and then we'll try and be left with a 1 minus b. And we actually have to deal with the absolute value too. Okay, so we get rid of the negative first. So ln of 100 minus b equals negative t over 5 plus the natural log of 80. Okay, so now what's the opposite of a natural log? It's e. So we'll raise e to the power of both sides. Those cancel. So we get 100 minus b in absolute value equals e to the negative t over 5 plus the natural log of 80. Now, one tip I want to remind you of is that if we have like absolute value x equaling 7, for example, that means x is plus or minus 7. So we have to do that same trick to kind of deal with these absolute value signs here. So we have 100 minus b is plus or minus e to the negative t over 5 plus the natural log of 80. And the way we have to deal with this plus or minus in terms of solving for it is we plug in that 0, 20 again, that initial condition a second time. And it'll be easy, because when we plug in 0, 20, we get 80 equals plus or minus e to the ln 80. Well, obviously that's the positive, right? We want the plus. So we're going to get 100 minus b equals positive e to the negative t over 5 plus ln of 80. Okay. And then from here, we just like add the b to this side and then subtract off the e from the other side. That's the important stuff. Okay, so that was 5c. Also from the weekend homework, we'll look at 6b. So 6b just said like you had this series where g is like approximately x over 3 minus x cubed over 5 plus x to the 5th over 7 and so forth. And part b said like first off, they approximated it using the first two non-zero terms. Show this approximation differs by less than 1 over 200. And they already told you in the problem that like this is an alternating one. They tell you that the absolute value of the terms decrease, and they tell you the terms go to 0. Those are the three conditions for the alternating error. So you use the error is the absolute value of the next term. So the next term is just this one in this series right here, just the next one we didn't get to. And we plugged in the x equals 1/2, they told us. So that next term is just 1/2 to the 5th over 7. So that's like 1 over 32 over 7, which I don't know, it's like 1 over 32 times 7, which is indeed smaller than 1 over 200. So you're just looking at the next term. I wouldn't worry too much about that. They literally took that off the AP test. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Okay, so what else? We're going to go 1C and 1D. We'll take a look back at that now. So this is on, we're going to go back to the 2019 1C and 1D. Actually, hold on. The kid pooped. I got to get a report. Cassie, how was the poop?
It was contained.
Contained in the diaper. That's an upgrade right there.
3 wipes.
3 wipes? Wesley, how was the poop? No.
Happy now.
No comment. Yeah, clearly the Huggies brand is whatever. Yeah.
No, the Huggies brand is good.
That's what I'm saying. That's what matters. Yeah. Everything besides Huggies brand is garbage. Okay. So let's get back to this problem. So 1C and 1D. Yeah. We'll bring them over in a bit. Don't worry. Just give it some time. I'll answer Mia's question really quick about inverse tangent of 1. First off, by the way, you could just leave it as inverse tangent 1. Like, that's totally fine. You do not need to simplify that at all. But if you think about, like, what inverse tangent means, inverse tangent of 1 means the tangent of what angle equals 1. And you just think back to the unit circle. What is, like, the easiest possible angle with a tangent of 1 is pi over 4. If you take the tangent of pi over 4, that's 1. So that's why the inverse tangent of 1 is pi over 4. Basically, when you go from the function to the inverse function, you just switch the x and the y values, those two things right there. Okay, so that's the logic of inverse tangents. So let's take a look at the 2019 1C and 1D, because there were questions about both. So we'll just go in order here, 1C. Okay, so 1C, so this is that exciting problem where you have fish in a lake. So 1C says at what time t is the greatest number of fish in the lake. So we're trying to maximize the fish. So we have to consider in any kind of situation where we're finding a max, we have to consider the endpoints and the critical points. Okay, and the endpoints obviously are t equals 0 and t equals 8. The critical point is when the total rate equals 0. This is a two-rate problem. So what we have is that total rate is like that e of t minus the L of t. So when you plug that in your calculator, you're actually going to need to like plug in both of those. Okay. No problem. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug that in. I'll see if I can do this on my calculator. This will be pretty janky here. Alright, so we're going to do 20 plus 15 sine pi x divided by 6. Yeah, I'm going to get that right now, Catherine. I'm going to show you. Don't worry. And then we're subtracting the 4 plus 2 to the power of parentheses. Ooh, that is not an exponent. 2 to the power of 0.1x squared. Okay, so that's how I typed it in. I don't know if this is going to show up at all. Hold on. So that's how I typed it in. And the 0.1t needs to be in parentheses. I think that's the main issue that you're going to have there. Okay, so then what we do is we change our window to only graph from 0 to 8, because that's what it says. Okay, so when I graph this on my calculator, I mean, you can graph E and L independently, but when I graph them on my calculator, I see there's 1 0. We can see that 0 is over there by 6 or so. So we'll do second calc 0 to find that intersection point. So you do like second calc 0, and that's where you have to get like the left bound and the right bound of the point. Just say like, here's something on the left of it, here's something on the right of it. Okay, dupe, dupe, dupe. Okay, and it gives me an estimate right there of t equals 6.20356. Now we actually have to figure out how many fish are in the lake at each of these times. Because that's how we do it, right? We find our endpoints, we find our critical points, and we actually have to figure out like what is the largest value at each of those. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so to find each of these, like you just use the fundamental theorem. But one interesting thing is they didn't actually give you an initial point, right? They didn't tell you what f of 0 is. They didn't tell you any of these. So what I actually did when I saw this, there were a couple ways to do this. I said, okay, we don't really care, like, what the max is. The problem only asks where it occurs. So what we could do is we could say, suppose f of 0 equals 0. Or you could say, suppose we start with 100 fish, 200. It doesn't matter. Because whether you go from like 100 to 500 to 400, or whether you go from like 0 to 400 to 300, the max still occurs at the same point in time. So if I want to find like f of 8, then I do f of 8 minus f of 0 is the integral 0 to 8 of that same total rate, that same e of t minus l of t. Okay, so that's how that's supposed to work. The next question was on 1D. So let's take a look at this because this is a weird one, and we have to think about this like really carefully. So 1D says, is the rate of change in the number of fish increasing or decreasing? So this is what Anna asked about. This is a good question because you've got to think through this pretty carefully. Okay, so yeah, no, I agree. The wording is messed up. Because think about this. If I ask you this, if I ask you, is f increasing or decreasing? Well, how do we do that? Well, if f is increasing, that means my f prime is positive. If f is decreasing, it means my derivative of f is negative. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing here. When I ask, is the rate of change increasing or decreasing, I need to take the derivative of the total rate. So I need to take the derivative of that e of t minus L of t. So I'm kind of taking the rate of the rate, and I need to do that at the t value of, what is it? At t equals 5. Okay. So that's your calculator, right? Like, this kind of derivative is really tough to do by hand. So a derivative like this, you should just use your calculator for. We can go ahead and just do that. So that's kind of on our main screen. You just do the math and deriv. And don't forget that, like, you still type that in before in your y1. So you can go to, like, where was it? You can go to math. That's not it. It's not in math. It's in vars, y vars. And you can say, like, I'm going to take the derivative of y1 at 5. So, like, obviously this is something that you can, I don't even know if this shows up or not, but this is something that you can, like, type in again, but I feel like it's a lot easier if you've typed it in once just to do the y1 thing to help. And it's because you're taking, like, you're asking whether a rate's increasing or decreasing, you gotta take the derivative of that rate. Anyway, so because this value is negative, like I ended up getting negative 10.7227, so that derivative is negative, so that rate is decreasing. Like, that's how I did the problem. But yeah, I think it's tricky because it doesn't ask if the amount of fish is decreasing. It asks if that rate is increasing or decreasing. Okay. The other questions for now on the Calc BC homework? And Nadine, Wesley's eating right now, but he'll make an appearance when he finishes eating. We'll bring him over and get him in for your sister. You can hear him kind of whining in the background, perhaps. I don't know what's going on. The food is right in front of him. He doesn't really have to do that much work for it. It's okay. All right. Anyone do anything sweet this weekend? Binge any TV shows or anything? Can you do the plugging in for 1C? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, Nadine, that's fine. What I was going to say is if you have trouble uploading on your phone, use your computer. A lot of people have had issues using the app to upload a picture, but have been able to upload from their computer no problem at all. So that's something I would do. Okay, so that's fine. I'll plug that in. So going up to 1C, let's like integrate the same thing again. So again, I said suppose f of 0 is 0. So if I do like math 9 and integrate, and I can integrate that like y vars again. So I integrate y1. I'll get to that Minesweeper question in a minute sitting down. From from 0 to 8. Okay. So this is me just like integrating the function from 0 to 8. And again, if you look at my y1, that's where I have the total rate, the like e of t minus the L of t. Okay, so when I did that, I got like 80.9199 for that one. And then if I want to find this here, again, this is the same thing. So I do f of like 6.20356 minus f of 0 is the integral 0 to 6.203 of that total rate. So again, I need to integrate the rate in minus the rate out. So let me just second enter it again. And again, all I do here is just change the bounds to 6.20356. So I'll just change the bounds right there. So I do the same kind of integral. I get my answer there, which is 135.0149. So this is where we're going to have like the max at the 6.203. Did you see Wesley? Wesley, come on back in the frame. How you doing, buddy? How was your meal? All right. I'm plugging it in. She's plugging in her calculator wrong, Wes. I know. I can't believe it either. It's crazy. We'll take a look and see what's going on. I bet I have a suggestion. Wait. What do you think? How you feeling? Better after the poop? I don't know what we're waiting for, Wesley. Any tips for him? Okay. Well, I'll pass it back to Mom. Maybe you guys can play. You're a cutie pie. You want a nap again? Good Lord.
All the naps.
Okay. So that's the strategy on that. Catherine, did you figure out what you did? I think like one of the issues I saw, I mentioned this before, is like I'm guessing, here's me plugging in the function on my calculator. I'm guessing you forgot to put the 0.1 t squared, or you did like 0.01 t squared, or yeah, those are probably, or maybe you forgot the parentheses, right? You have to like subtract the entire 4 plus 2 term. Like those are kind of the errors that I would assume people have. Okay, are you in rating mode, Catherine? Did you remember the 20 plus in front? Why don't you just try typing it again? Type it in again. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm guessing you just forgot a parentheses or something. Okay. Try typing it in again, and see if you get it. I mean, like, obviously I can't look at your calculator, which sucks, but you can take like you could take a picture of your actually do that. Take a picture of your calculator screen and email it to me. And then I'll see if I can figure out what you did wrong. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay, hello, I'm sitting down. You asked, how do we end the Minesweeper game in CompSci if you win? Okay, so what that's looking like is like, in Minesweeper, if you win, so here's like your board. I'll do like a really simple version. So if you win, that's like you correctly identified where the bombs are. So what that should do is at that spot. So once you win, I think here's what you want to do. Reveal all the numbers. Reveal all the numbers. You know, turn this into like a 1, a 1, a 1, a 1, a 2, a 1, a 0, a 0, or like leave those empty or whatever. A 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And then reveal all the numbers, and then just do like a system.out.println. You don't need to like actually end the program. You could just print out that like you won, and then they won't be able to do anything. Okay. Yeah, Catherine, if your calculator doesn't work, like I said, just take a picture of it and email it to me, and I'll try and pull that up. I know you got one of them fancy calculators or something. Save at home. Oh, jeez. You don't have to change flags to bombs. No, because the assumption is that, like, if you won, all the flags are correct. So if you're winning, all the flags must be correct, because that's, like, kind of the win condition. Okay. What was the value? It was supposed to be for 8. For 8, I got 1... Oh, cripes. 80.919. That's what I got for 8. I mean, you can change the flags to bombs if you want. I don't think there's a need to, though. Catherine, did that work? Okay. No. So, okay, still off emailing. Great. All right, I'll pull up your picture in just a sec. So, Mia, to answer your question, here's what that looks like. So, you can do this, like x equals g dot get new location I comma j. Like, that'll work just fine. But remember this. This will set x to be null if there's nothing in that location. So you may just want to add some kind of case and say, like, if, x does not equal null before you try to call any method on it. That's kind of the way to fix that. Okay. Guys, also, don't worry. I just got confirmation from Scott Rankin. He confirmed he was able to stock up on big bundle packs of mints from Sam's Club. So he's going to be good. He's going to make it through the next couple weeks. I think that's like pretty important, honestly. Let's pull up Catherine's email and see. Yeah, no problem. So Catherine, you sent me this email. You guys will get a peek inside my mythical inbox here. Okay, so what did Catherine do here? Catherine, oh my gosh. Oh, wait, no, yeah, I don't get it. What did Catherine do wrong? 20 plus 15 sine pi x over 6 minus... Oh, whoa. Is that whole thing in parentheses? Is that 4 plus 2? I'm sorry, I know you guys can't see this at all. Is that 4 plus 2 thing like an exponent? Did you... No, that's good. Did you use the correct minus? Is that the minus for subtracting? Or the minus for, like, the negative? And then if you scroll over to the end, is it dx? Anyone else see the issue here? Like, it seems like you plugged it in right. Let me go ahead and take a look. Like, did I plug it in right? That's the next thing. 20 plus. Okay. don't even know. I don't even know. What is wrong with this? Okay, go back to radiant mode. You don't want to be in degree mode. Degree mode sucks. Make sure you're in radiant mode. I don't get it. The one above it is wrong because like you had the 0.1x all squared. Okay, I'm trying to play my old 2048 code. How do I play it? Do the arrow keys work? Maybe it's the arrow keys. Like Catherine, I seriously don't see what's wrong with this. 0 to 8. Alright, I'm going to type it in again. Is that... It almost looks like... I don't know if this is just how your calculator writes, but to me it almost looks like your 4 plus 2.1x squared is like an exponent. Okay, what was it, Catherine? That's weird. Oh, got it. Yeah, you're always going to be in radiant mode, by the way. Never degree mode, just radiant mode. Radiant mode. Okay. Yeah. Got it. Okay. Okay. Cool. That's good news. Will the AP test be on the same date, just at home? Yeah, so that's a good question. I believe so. They've said that they're going to have like 2 testing dates. So one of them would be like one of them would be the normal date, which is on May 5th. Is it the driver? Yeah. Is it the driver that has it? Yeah, it should be the driver, Nadine. So May 5th is like the normal date. And then 2 weeks later, it's like roughly around May 19th, there's going to be a late date for a second version of the test. I would strongly recommend that you do the first one. I think that'll be best. Probably. You know, if we're actually going to come back to school by May 5th, then maybe. But yeah, I would plan on doing it that early date, the same date. Because I think they like to give a little harder versions on the second date for sure. Yeah, that'd be my suggestion. But we'll see. I'd recommend the first date, and then you have it out of the way. The other thing is like during the normal dates, you have like 2 weeks. And if you take the late date, they kind of like try and compress 2 weeks of test down into 1 week. So, although they're only 45 minutes, it's not that big of a deal, but that's fine. When I reveal the last spot, my code doesn't say that I win. So hello, I'm sitting down. I would say just go through and check, like, what is the condition that's making you do that? Like what does that for loop look like? Feel free to email me your code, and I'm happy to take a look at that. Maybe we can find an issue with the logic. Why are your pictures not showing up, Catherine? Is it just like always making the actor face for everything? Okay. So, let me see if I can pull this up, for example. Do they have the same name? So the deal with the pictures that I would recommend, so they need to be in the same folder as your code. They need to be .gif files, and then the other thing is they need to have the exact same name as the class. So what I mean by that is if you have a 2.java, then right next to it you need to have a 2.gif. I made the pictures in GIF and title the same. That's weird. Are you sure you're running that same version? Like you're not running like an old version at the same time? Because it shouldn't be an issue. As long as it's saved in the same folder. So take a look at this. Like, let me see if I can pull mine up really fast. So I'm going to add in window capture. I'm trying to show something here. here we go. Okay. Cool. So what you want to, like, this is what it should look like. So this is, for example, like my 2048. And you can see right here, I have like the 8 picture. Let me see if I can pull this up. Okay, so here we have like the 8 picture that's a GIF, and it's right next to the 8 Java code. Here I have like, you know, the 512 picture, and it's right next to the 512. So if you have those in your class, then like go ahead in this same folder, click on this package, and just open that up, and then see if that'll work for you. And if running it through there still doesn't have the pictures, okay. Catherine, can you upload it to your Google Drive right now? And we'll see. I'll see if I can figure it out. So just put your whole folder in your Google Drive, and I can upload it through there, and we can take a look at it together on the stream. Get rid of my folder here. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Anyone have any cool stories? Have fun sitting at home this weekend? We watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Pretty good movie. I liked it. Really long, not very well edited, but it was good. I like Quentin Tarantino. Let's see if it's uploaded yet from Catherine. Google Drive, period 5. Catherine Supple. Okay. Alright. Catherine is loading right now. Yeah, when I tried to change the pictures into GIFs, it crashed my... How do you change them into GIFs? Oh, you just typed .gif at the end. Oh, okay, I see the problem. No. This is really simple. This is really simple. Okay. So, yeah, it shouldn't have crashed your computer. Alright, so let me show you what to do on your code, Catherine. For whatever reason, your package isn't here, but yeah, here's the issue. Let me put Catherine's folder up so we can look at it. Window capture. Okay, here we go. Alright, so here's Catherine's folder right here. So the issue is, take a look at this. So like you have your 2 picture, and you have your GIF that looks like this. But look, it's not, you've actually saved as like 2.gif.gif. Like you don't want the .gif at the end. That's automatically done because it's saved as a GIF file. So go ahead here and just like rename it and get rid of the .gif at the end. And same thing on, for example, like your picture for 8. Like again, your 8 is 8.gif.gif. So just get rid of like that .gif right there. So notice how it's still saved as a GIF file. Like that's the easy way to do that. Oh, interesting. Okay. I don't know. Let me see if I can load your code. There's no package file in here. Where's the package? You didn't give me a package. Let me steal a package from someone else. Nope. We can try. Lucas has got to have a package. I believe in him. Alright, so we're just going to steal a random package folder. Then we'll go back here. This is exciting. You guys are seeing what my code looked like. Anna, did you learn about the Charles Manson murders before watching Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Because like a lot of it was kind of foreshadowing what happened when Charles Manson killed Sharon Tate. And this was like an alternate reality to that, which I thought was kind of interesting. Buenos dias, Bentley. Okay. So let's go back to Catherine's code here. Oh, I'm just bad at the alphabet? No, it's not. I don't have the 128. For whatever reason, like Google Drive is killing me. It didn't load everything. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so here's your package. Let's see if this works. Okay, so I'm gonna run your code here. Okay, Catherine, the pictures show up just fine for me. Let me see if I can show you. Okay. Oh, no, hold on, here we go. Yeah, Catherine, this is what your program looks like. Like, the pictures show up just fine. Let me see if I can, like, add something else. Yeah. Like, when I add new 2s, they come up with the right picture. So I'm not... I'm not really sure. It sounds like a you problem. Maybe try restarting your computer. I don't even know. Like, it worked fine, but I got rid of the .gif at the end, so that was something I needed to do for sure. Oh, that wasn't right. Why did it... Oh, that's fine. Whatever. But yeah, that's it. Yeah. Okay, you need good movies to watch. They're not sure. Okay, yeah, Catherine. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Are you in Radiant mode? Yeah, Mia, we can pull up your code. Is it uploaded so I can look at it? Also, okay, so that's probably why. Does it matter if the... No, that's fine. That should happen whenever they hit act, Bentley. And if you hit act, that's okay. Okay. You need good movies. Let me write myself a note. I'll tweet. I like made a folder a long time ago, or a couple years ago, about movies. I'll tweet that out. Movies to watch. So that'll have a lot of recommendations for like movies and TV shows. So keep an eye on that. Does it matter which place? Okay. Yeah. So let's pull up Mia's code here. Yeah, I really want to watch Knives Out. As you guys can probably guess, like I have not had a lot of time to watch movies since having a kid. That's like really put a damper on my movie watching. Oh, okay, yeah. So Mia, here's the issue that most people are probably having. Let me pull my iPad back up. Yeah. Let's see. We'll look at your code though too. But I do want to talk about the logic. Yeah, I really want to watch Knives Out. I'm planning to watch it. I don't know. You know, it's maybe this summer. things are slow. It's so hard to find time to like watch anything. Yeah, no problem, Nadine. I'll put that out there. Where do we find Mia? Your last name is Noble, I think. Final project. Is it streaming or do I have to rent? I mean, you can just like pirate movies, right? Like, people do that. So, works pretty well. Okay, so Mia, this looks like it's in your 2 class. Looks like your swipe. Oh, I see the issue immediately. Nice. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, pirating like generally works pretty well. Let's go ahead and remove this. Yep. Change this to be. I'm not advocating anything, Stuart. You know, everyone's got to be a man of their own thing. Okay, so here's Mia's code. Mia, here is the issue. Here's how your swipe left works. So you loop through everything, you get the actor in that spot, and as long as that's actually an actor, if it's not null, then you tell X to move to. This is good. This is why it works. Here's why your swipe right doesn't work. Because in your swipe right, you're just calling move to. So you're getting like this location in that spot, but you're not actually telling the actor in that spot to move. You're just calling move to. So when you call move to with nothing in front of it, so if you have nothing in front of it, this just moves the object that you clicked on. Okay. Yeah, Catherine, I have no idea. You've been having some weird technology stuff today, but I'm glad it's working. Yeah, I have no idea. No idea. Okay, so this just moves the object you clicked on. So look at the location, Mia. So here's the issue. The problem is that, like, you're not telling the object in that location to move. You got to get the object in loc and tell that spot to move. So that's why you're having that issue. Okay. So hello, I'm sitting down. You sent me your code. Let's go ahead and pull that up. Also, why are you like keeping yourself secret from me? Why can't you just tell me who you are? Here's my code that should end my game. Okay, I'll pull this up on my iPad actually instead of just doing this. Yeah, okay. Okay. Check my email. Go back here. Okay, so here is your code. Oh yeah, I actually have to project this too. So that'll help. Okay, my iPad is having some technical issues here. Oh man, yeah, that's not working. Let me close this and reopen it real fast. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I think. Yeah, this crap's not working. Alright, I'll figure it out on my computer here. So, let's see. Streaming that I wouldn't. Am I showing now? Okay, I forgot to change it. We change that now. They're all going into one row. So, Mia, that's an issue with how you're telling them to move. You just need to update, like, how they move left or how they move right or something. Okay, so let me pull up my email so we can look at hello, I'm sitting down's email. Okay, plus, window capture. Create new. Okay, let's take a look at this. Did that show up? Oh, great. Yeah, this is really helpful. Excellent. Let's try something else. Sorry for the technical issues, guys. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, no, that didn't work at all. Uh-oh. This is going great. Things are going really well today. Okay. Window capture. Okay. And we're trying to get Firefox, this email. Yeah, alright, whatever. I'll just copy paste your code into BlueJ. Sorry, guys. I'm an idiot, so, okay. Yeah, Bentley, no problem about switching your program. That's not an issue at all. Yeah, so I mean, I just want you to do what's most fun for you, so that's fine. I think Minesweeper and 2048 are about the same. Okay, so let's go ahead and copy paste in this code right here into a test. Okay. So, window capture. I am so bad at this. Oh, finally got it. What a star I am. Really smooth. Okay, so this is your code right here that's not working. Hello, I'm sitting down. So let's see. You get the current location that you're in. You get the grid you're in. You create a new flag. You add one to the flag count, which I'm guessing is some static variable. If this.getGrid.isValidBomb in, what is in? I don't know what this in is. Oh, that's the flag. Okay. So you set that to be the bomb. So whether it's a true or false, whether you're currently in. You remove the current cell from the grid. Yep. And then you put in to be in there. And then in. If your flag counts, you go to Minesweeper bombs. Is this printing out? Because that should print out. Yeah. Yeah, that should be fine. So what I'm guessing is, so what I would say on something like this, like if you're having trouble, if you're like, okay, this isn't printing out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do system.out.println and print out like the flag count. And then I'd also do system.out.println to print out like minesweeper.bombs. So see if those are actually the same number. Oh no, this should be fine. Yeah, I mean, and that'll make sure, because if nothing prints out, you also may not be going through this grid. So it's possible that get grid is no, it shouldn't be null though. So that'd be my thought. That'd be my thought. Okay. Grace, you would get a bunch of extra credit. Probably at least 10 points if you did a second one. Okay. Ham Solo, I'll get to your question in just a second. What is the resolution supposed to be for images? Okay. So yeah, hello, I'm sitting down. Print out the flag count and the minesweeper.bombs and tell me what those are when you win. Okay. What is resolution supposed to be for images? Bentley, that shouldn't matter. Image resolution shouldn't matter. I would say don't make it huge. You want it to be like square, probably, where it's like the same on the left and the right, but that's fine. Okay, cool. Really excited about how my iPad just like stopped working. Awesome. Oh, never mind. It should be working now. It is working now. Hooray. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's get to Ham Solo's question. Ham Solo, I have a problem with 2048 where it merges everything correctly, but there are random times where it deletes a number. Like, so there's an 8 in a spot in row 1, then there are 2 2s in the same row, and the 8 gets deleted. So what you would probably do there, let's go ahead and do this. So what you probably do there is like check your merging and how that's actually looking. Because what could be happening is you could have this situation where it's like, okay, like you have a 4, and then you merge it with another 4, and if I read what you're saying correctly, you're saying that gets turned into like an 8, right? Or sorry, not an 8, like a 2 right there. Yeah. So if that's the case, check your merge method. So what you want to do is like put a print line. Okay, so does your flag count reset to be 0 every time? Because that, maybe you want to make flag count like static. Make flag count like maybe not static variable, but yeah, you probably do actually want to make it static. Yeah, I'd make flag count a static variable. You could even put flag count in your driver. Okay. So Ham Solo, is your code uploaded too? So I can take a look at that. Yeah, I know, but the problem with it being an instance variable is like, is it the same value of it for every single flag? Because every single space may have its own. There's an 8. Oh, okay, I got it. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, try making that flag count static. That's what you want to do, because otherwise it'll just be 1 for some flags and 0 for all the rest. So just make that a static variable. Put in your driver or make it static somewhere. That'll be fine too. Okay, so we can get to this. So Ham Solo, what you're saying is this situation. It's like you have You have like a 2 and a 2 and an 8, and then those merge that way. And you're saying in that case, you get left with a 4 like that. So if that's the issue, then like what you should probably do is just like think carefully about what this will look like. here's another issue, like, or is it doing something else? Is the 2 merging with the 8? Because you don't want the 2 and the 8 to merge together, but it's possible that that might be happening. So this will happen if you use like instance of. Because if you just check if something is an instance of 2, if your 8 extends 2, if 8 extends 2, an 8 is technically a 2, so it might try to merge those two even though you don't want it to. So that's like an issue you could do. So there are a couple ways around that. One is you could just have like the number class where all the code is in number, and then like the 2, the 4, the 8, the 16, and everything extends number. Another way is if you want to have like a 2 that's extended by 4 and 8 and 16 or whatever, you could also add like a get value method in each one that would be 2 or 4 or 8 or 16, and then that would actually allow you to fix that issue. Okay, so yeah, I'm guessing it's one of these. The other thing is when you're sliding, and this might help you with something else, Hamsolo, because this is just like a useful tip, is if you have like if you have something like this, like let's go back to that situation where you have like 2, 2, blank 8. When you swipe, that should kind of be composed of like 3 different steps. So what you should try and do is, first off, move everything to the right as far as possible, and no combining. So shift everything over so it's like 2, 2, 8. So that's your first step. And then after you move everything to the right, then the next thing you'd want to do would be then do the combining. So look to see which ones have the exact same value. So if you have like the 2 and the 2, say, okay, I'm going to combine those into an 8. So now you're just left with this. So even if you put them here, it's like blank 4, blank 8. And then, once you go back, your third step should be, again, move all right again with no combining. Oops, no combining. So then you slide it over, so then you're left with what you want, and the desired outcome there is blank blank 4, 8. So those are some of the issues, Ham. Maybe try splitting it up into these 3 steps. The swipe, and after swipe, it merges, and then after merge, it's okay, that's fine. So I'm guessing it's an inheritance problem. Because how are you deciding which ones you're trying to compare? Are you calling like a get value method? Or are you doing like, or are you merging, like a 2 and an 8 and trying to merge those into a 4 or something? Which you might be doing if you're doing an instance of 2. There's another thing also, is you can check inside your movement, and you can check to see, don't move if you can't. Because it's very possible that you're taking this 4 and like moving the 4 on top of the 8. And if you try to move something, yeah, okay. Yeah. So, do the get value. Yeah, do the get value. And when you have, like spot, you're saying like if ger.get, in spot 1, and then call dot value on that, and see if that equals ger.get spot 2, and then the value on that. Like that, I think is the easy way. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll help. And email me your code if you want. I'm happy to take a look at it. That might be useful. Huge thank you. Yep. Okay. Any other homework questions, guys? Other things I go up with? Anyone else want to send me their code and have me like pull it up on the stream and see if we can find some issues with it? Okay. And this is why we get errors. So stop now. Please, I'll try that. Okay. I uploaded what I have so far. Yeah. And Alexa, let me get you in a sec. Let me see if I can finish helping Hamsol. Hamsol, I'm guessing you're Connor Hom, but If not, I'll just open his code, or not Connor, Jesus, Elijah. And if you're not Elijah, then I'll just open someone else's code that's not useful to you at all. Okay. Let's see, CompSci Final Project. Okay. Yeah, good, good. All right. So you have everything extend to. So let's pull up your code. Wow, this looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Okay. Oh man, hold on. This is this code is something else, guys. You're gonna enjoy this. Let's go ahead and add this window here. We're trying to add two. Okay, good. All right. So here is what we see in his. No, this is good. Okay. So I'm gonna look at your swipe up method because I'm guessing it's the same for all of them. So you have your loc, you have this. You get what's in this spot. You have a style. I like it. So you're saying if A is not null and B is null, then you tell A to move to the top. Okay, you're starting at the top, so that sounds fine. Why are these else ifs? Like, I don't think you actually want these to be else. Maybe you do. Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. A is the one you're currently moving. Okay. That's fine. Never mind. All right. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. So now you do the moving. Now you check your merge. And if X is 1, I think you should always check merge. Even if X, X is just if something moved. Got it. Okay. So let's take a look at that. So then you call your check merge, which we'll get to in a minute, and then this is you going through the same thing of moving everything up again. Okay, and swipe down, you start at the bottom, which is great. If X is 2, you call it check merge 2. Okay. And then you move again. Okay. And when you swipe left, you start at the left. And when you swipe right, you start at the right. Okay, this is good. So let's go to your check merge method and see what's going on here. And then Alexa, I'll get you for your help here. So you get the grid, which may or may not be null, honestly. Oh, no, that'll work. If Q equals 1, okay, so we'll just do the top case. So you get the location here, in that spot. Don't look at direction. Yeah, that's an issue right there. Because direction always looks straight on top of it. That's a problem. So if you're going up, like the problem here is like, look 0 for up, 90 for right, 180 for below, and then 270 or negative 70 for the left. Get the object in that location. I think that's probably where your problem is coming from here. So that's how you'll fix your code, Elijah. I think you're just always looking up, and that's why the merging is giving you some weird values. Oh, next up, here's the big issue. If B is an instance of 2, this is something that you need to fix. Oh, you're saying direction of the swipe. Okay. No, that should be fine. I didn't recognize you were doing that. Here's the issue. This is the real problem. If you merge a 2, like, if you merge a 4 with a 4, this happens. They are both 2s, because everything extends 2, don't forget. Everything extends 2. So if like an 8 is a 2, a 4 is a 2. So when you're seeing if this one's a 2, you're going to merge a 4 and a 4 and get a 4. If you try and merge an 8 and an 8, you get a 4. That's the problem. So this is where instead of just using instance up, because everything extends 2, that's the issue, you want to actually write a method in each one to compare the value. Hello, I'm sitting down. You should be able to fix that at this point. It should only print out once. I think you can just have some kind of variable, like some Boolean variable or something, to make sure it only prints out once. That should be pretty easy to fix. Okay, so Elijah, that's the issue with your code, and I think that'll help. Let's go back and help Alexa then with 4D on the calc, if that's okay. So Elijah, yeah, that'll take a little bit of code to fix, but it's not a ridiculous amount. It shouldn't take you more than, I don't know, a little less than half an hour certainly. So okay, so Alexa, your code I think was 2018. Yeah, it was 2018. 4D. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so 2018 4D for Alexa. Let me pull that up. Love Google. Alright, so 4D, this is a problem. Oh, yeah, this is a tricky one. Okay, so what's going on here? It's on my other screen. Okay. So what's going on this problem is they give you the height of some tree, which for some, oh, I know why. The height of a tree is G, and they tell you G is a hundo x over 1 plus x. Okay, and they tell you x is the diameter of the tree, and all this stuff I'm writing down, like this is good stuff that you should probably write down too. X is the diameter of the base of the tree. When the tree is 20 meters tall, when tree, or sorry, not 20, 50, is 50 meters tall, so they're saying when G is equal to 50, the diameter of the base, which is x, so it says x is increasing at a rate of 0.03. So that's saying dx dt is 0.03. And according to this model, what is the rate of change of the height of the tree? So it asks me to find the rate of change of the height. So that's dg dt. Okay, so this is a classic related rates problem. So what you need to do here is actually go ahead and do the derivative of this. So when I find the derivative here, my dg dt, so I'll do a low d high, my sine d. Okay, so that's low d high, so the derivative of the high is 100 dx dt. Minus high d low, so that's 100x. The derivative of 1 plus x is dx dt. And then we square the bottom, away we go. Now the problem with this is, like, this is my derivative, and notice how I remember the chain rule both times I took the derivative of x. But here's the problem with this. The problem now is, what is x? We don't have a value for x. Okay, because we don't know what the diameter is at that point, and we need that for this. But here's the key. They tell you the height, and they also give you this equation for the height in terms of this. So what that means is, okay, so we know G is 50, and G is 100x over 1 plus x. So we can find the x value by kind of working backwards. So we're going to take that 50 and plug it in. So we get 50 is 100x over 1 plus x. We'll cross multiply. 50 times 1 plus x equals 100x. So we'll get 50 plus 50x equals 100x. So 50 equals 50x. So my x value is equal to 1. So that's where you'll plug back in here for your x. And again, they told you what your dx dt is, so then you're just plugging and chugging. So the two keys on here, I think, we're being careful with the quotient rule and then getting that correct x value right there. Okay. Any other homework questions, guys? Other issues today I can help you guys with? It sounds like overall distance learning is going like okay for people in my class, which is good. Yeah, no problem, no problem. Does anyone know, like a friend or family member or anything, or yourself, who got the coronavirus and had it tested and confirmed so far? I feel like we've seen like a lot of celebrities and stuff, but I don't know if anyone who I personally know has it. So I'm not sure. I'll tell you what I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying wearing sweats to work every day, and that's going pretty well. Having fun with that. I'm sure you guys are enjoying not having to like wake up super early and get all gussed up for school. You can sleep in, relax, wear whatever you like. It's kind of nice. Kind of nice. Other questions, guys? Any other issues you guys are having? Things I can help with right now? Problems with your code? Other calculus homework issues? Happy to do whatever you guys need. Other code things? Other issues? Nothing else I can help with, guys? Things are kind of petering out, I guess. No more questions or anything? Ham Solo, I love your picture in the chat. It's pretty awesome. So maybe we'll go back to Twitch tomorrow. I feel like the responses from my survey, slightly more people prefer Twitch to YouTube. So I mean, I guess I'm gonna go back and forth, but I don't know. I'll figure it out. Figure something out over time. Anyone else got anything they want to say? Anyone want to roast me? Any other insults? I guess I'll play some games on stream if no one else has questions. All right. Well, I'll keep the chat open so I can read if anyone has any questions or pops up. But we can play some Brawl Stars and you can hear me swear at the screen or whatever. I get so pissed off when I play this game. I love it. Okay. I've been doing. Oh yes, Showdown. Let's kill some people here. They got this new character Jackie, and she has a jackhammer. Oh, she's so good. She's so good. It's crazy. She just walks around and drops this hammer and kills everyone around her. Oh, it's nuts. Let's see what we can get here. A lot of people have been playing her because they realize how absurd she is. Let's see if I can kill that Piper. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get him. Watch this. It's so good. She can even shoot through walls. Watch this guy get close. Let's see if this guy really wants to get close. Oh, it's also the Jackie. That's not good. There are several Jackies playing. Ooh, a cute girl. The names that people pick in this game are so ridiculous sometimes. Let's see if we can get this guy from the other side. Get this guy right here. Oh, I'm gonna die. If my game ends. No! What was I gonna say? Yeah, hello, I'm saying down. I answered that question earlier. Yeah, your game should only print out you win one time. Lasted pretty long there. Other questions, issues that we're having right now? Let's play some Siege. This mode's pretty fun. I bet Jackie's good. Ooh, free gift. Free box. Oh, I can afford a mega box. Yes. A lot of coins. Just leveling up my heroes. Oh, yeah, Mia. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Please. Let's go ahead and take a look at your code. M. Noble. Yeah, I thought it was Micah Noble. I'm confused by the name. I'm sorry. So let's pull up your code here. You did. Oh, yeah. Oh, great. Okay. Actually, I'll just pull up your email on my iPad. I think that'll be pretty easier. Okay. So we'll go home. Go to email. Okay. So you're doing 2048. I'm working on these methods, figuring out how to make the tiles move in whatever direction. Having trouble adding a new random tile. So I don't know how to create the tile. Okay. Yeah, so first off, you don't want the +1 on the... Wait, hold on. Why would it be... Yeah, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good. So... Okay, here's what I think would actually be like an easier way to do this. So you're trying to find like the empty spot. So you know it's like a 4x4 grid, right? So what I think the easy way to do would be set up like a little loop here. Let's go back to here. So set up like a for loop. So you can have one for loop to go through all the rows and have another for loop to go through all the columns. So say this is like an R and this is a C. That's not a C. Let's make a C. So what I would do is I would set up an array list of locations. Let's just call it like list or whatever. Okay, and then basically say, let's figure out how many empty spots there are. So and this is, I think, is really the easiest way. So find an empty spot. So if, your grid.get new location R, C, if there's nothing in that spot, so if that spot is null when you call .get on it, then what you're going to do is add that to the list. So it'll be list.add new location R, C. So what you're trying to do here is basically get a list of all the empty spots. So you're looping through the whole array. You're going through all the rows, all the columns to find out, like, what are all the empty spots. Then, when you have this list of empty spots, well, first off, like, if list.size equals 0, then you know that the list is full. And otherwise, what you could do is you could just pick a random spot. So the way you pick that random spot is you could just say, like, okay, then I can just do list.get, and then I could just cast an int and do like list.size times math.random. So what this is doing is this is saying, okay, I'm going to collect this list of all the empty locations. And then you're getting, you put them in some list of empty locations, and this gives you a random empty location. And that's where you can go ahead and then add in your new 2 or whatever to that spot. So that's what I would recommend. Come up with some way. I mean, there are other ways you could do it, but I think this is the easiest way. Just go through the whole loop, get a list of the empty spots, and then put it in that spot. That's my recommendation. Does that make sense? Like, you have the framework already. The only issue is your code right now is just like adding it in put here, but you need some kind of while loop to make sure that put here is empty and kind of re-come up with it again. I think it's a lot easier just to make put here that way. Yeah. No problem, no problem. Yeah, you get to the while loop too, but it's relatively complicated compared to this. This is the easy way to do it, I believe. Okay. Other issues, guys, things I can help with? Any other problems people are having? Coding issues? I mean, I'm like really impressed with the work a lot of you guys have done on the final projects. They're looking really good. I can tell that people are putting in time, and that's nice. Other problems people are having right now? Anything else you need help with? Back to Brawl Stars? other problems? Office hours? Monday office hours pretty much over. Alright, let's play some Brawl Stars then if no one's got any questions. I'll still be here 15 minutes or so answering questions you might have. Happy to help you guys out, obviously. The sound for this game is like pretty wonky. I like it. Alright, let's clown on some people. So this mode is pretty crazy. You have like these screws in the middle that you're trying to do, and each team is trying to like collect more screws than the other team. And whichever team gets the most screws, they get to build a robot that they can use to attack the other team right away. And you have like 3 rounds of collecting the screws. Pretty sweet. So let's see. I'm gonna die. That's okay, we'll get the next one. We're in good shape. So you can see that's the giant robot they have down there at the bottom of the screen, but it like barely did any damage at all. That guy's gonna die on the right. Teammates so bad. We're screwed, guys. We're screwed. We're gonna lose. My teammates are clowning. Oh, we might win. I think we're gonna win. Well, maybe. Our thing is pretty low in health. So we'll see. We gotta try and get him this time. Last siege. It's our last chance to win. Gotta be coordinated here. Get it, no! We're not gonna win. We're so close. Sad. Losing. Wow. Teammates were morons. Any other issues? People been having any more math questions? I know we kind of transitioned to gaming after we ran out of questions, though. I'm happy to answer any more. Anyone else have code they'd like to look at? You can always email me code, and I'm happy to pull it up, obviously. Alright. Guess let's play some more Siege, see if we can get a dub here. I think Wesley's taking a nap upstairs right now. So this guy he can like throw these little, that's pretty high. He can throw these, I don't even know what they are. Bombs, I guess. Looks like my team is just getting schlonged here. He has like this homing missile that's pretty good. Oh, no. Didn't work that time, though. Well, at least these guys decided to get super aggressive and let us take the middle here. Probably a mistake on their part, although my teammates are so bad it doesn't matter. Why does this guy just like go for me every time? So that giant gun in there is going to start shooting in just a sec. We got to get out of there, which my teammates have not learned. They're just chilling out here like a bunch of idiots. Yeah, there's like, no, there's... No, we're gonna win! Oh, sweet. This is the last siege. Yeah, we got this win easy. Love it. Love it. Get the dub. Sweet. Lost the first siege, still got the dub. We'll play my least favorite game mode here. See what the map looks like. I don't know what kind of character is good at this. Yeah, I'll try Mortis. Try and get better at him. See if we can clown some fools here.
I bring you the gift of darkness. Slice and dice.
Okay, so good. Out of control how good Jackie is.
Creature of the night.
Oh, that was not the ultimate I thought I had. Let's see. Poor play. Excellent.
I bring you the gift of darkness.
Got him. Got them both. Got them all. We're gonna win. I love winning. Just hang out over here. But it's like I could just run away from this guy. I'm so fast. Oh. Winning is so fun. Hooray. Star Claire.
Bear witness to my fitness. Have lunch there. Mortis is here.
Okay. Well, that'll be the end of my stream, I guess. Any more questions, guys? Any last minute stuff? Things I can help with? It's been real. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, and I'm always available over email. So, okay. When we add the random tile, can it always be a 2, or do we have to randomly switch? I'm fine with it always being a 2, Mia. yeah, feel free to either just put a 2 in or randomly decide between a 2 and a 4. It's up to you. Whatever you like. I don't even... I think it's like a 2 the majority of the time, like 70 or 80%. I don't know exactly what the rules are for 2048, but yeah, whatever. Like I said, I'm good either way. All right, no problem. Thank you. Thank you all for coming, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy.